Good evening. I'm Ken Castell, and this is my wife and prayer partner, Signe. We're here to talk to married and engaged couples today about how you can find that life-changing encounter with Jesus. Maybe you've gone through Alpha or some of the other programs here. Maybe you're still trying to find that experience, trying to find that encounter. We want to talk to you about a way that hundreds of people in our parish alone have found that. Jesus tells us in Matthew's Gospel, "For this reason a man will leave his father and mother and be united to his wife, and the two will become one flesh. So they are no longer two, but one flesh. Therefore, what God has joined together, let no one separate." First of all, how are we doing as that united as one? For those of you that are married, do you and your spouse truly feel united as one? And what about the second part? Let no one separate. Remember your vows, until death do us part? Yet in today's society, the divorce rate is nearly 1 in 2. What can we do to try to overcome the challenges that we face? What can we do to try to live a happier marriage, a more fulfilled marriage? The most significant thing you can do, and it's been proven, is to pray together as a couple. Retrovi International did a study a number of years ago, and they found that the divorce rate for couples that pray together on a regular basis is 1 in 1,105. Matthew Kelly did a study and found that number to be 1 in 2,000. To get a picture of what that means, we would need to fill this church at the 10 o'clock Mass, the 12 o'clock Mass, and the 5 o'clock Mass, every single seat with a married couple in it. And if they all prayed together, the incident of divorce would be 1 out of all 3 churches full. While praying together can certainly strengthen and help struggling marriages, the most significant effect it has is on good marriages to make them great. And it does that by bringing you together side by side in that life-changing encounter with Jesus.
Have you noticed that just about every time you pick up a book, hear a homily, or a talk on marriage, that there's often a word of encouragement for couples to be praying together? It's because it's that important. Think of prayer as the connection between heaven and earth. It's heartfelt communication that unites you to the love of God and to one another when you pray as a couple. And praying as a couple is actually a shared encounter with Christ. It's a practical and fulfilling way to discover for yourselves the depth of intimacy, joy, and peace that God wants for your marriage and family. And by putting God first and our beloved spouse next, before all else, we live a well-ordered life. Now you might be thinking, well, we don't know how to do that, or I want to, but I don't think my spouse does, or we're in such different places in our faith journey. You can be sure that God can work with all of those concerns and much more if you just let Him. So where do you begin? We suggest that you simply have a conversation about praying together. Now know that it might take one of you to be willing to stretch a little out of your comfort zone to come to an agreement to try it. If that's you, you might think of it as a generous way to outdo the other in love, as we've heard suggested so many times. Or just like the disciples did, you might ask, Lord, teach us to pray. Now, within the series, it's a safe and relaxed atmosphere, and while no one is ever made to feel pressed to share anything, the insights and the concerns that many do share in the group discussion ends up being very encouraging. Now, through the series, we'll share with you different ways to pray together gently building a strong foundation and offering suggestions that are going to help you find what's comfortable for you. And there will be couples from the parish who will be joining us to share with you the difference that praying as a couple has made in their relationship. You'll also be given simple prayer experiences to give you a focus for each day of the series. It's a 42-day commitment to develop this life-changing habit that will surely bless you and generations to come.
We've got a series starting a week from tomorrow, January 16. It's being held at the Parish House. It meets on Mondays from 7 o'clock until 9 o'clock in the evening for 6 consecutive Mondays. Due to the limited space of the Parish House, we will not have childcare available, and we do require that you do an advance registration. Again, it's a limited space. You can register online at the parish website, or you can stop by and talk to us over at a table after Mass in the back of the church. Thank you for your interest and attention, and may God bless you.